Okay, so here we're going to look at just briefly um, adding text in Lightroom via Photoshop. I know this, we got a couple things like we're kind of moving a little bit into Photoshop, mostly because, Photoshop, well, it was traditionally where you worked on photos digitally, it's got that in the name. But now it's used more as a collage program, kind of compiling, painting. It does so much. Where like the newer programs from Adobe are kind of more streamlined to do one thing. So like Lightroom is really good for working on digital photographs, photographs from a digital camera, compiling them, creating catalogs, um, all that kind of stuff. So one of the things it doesn't really do is like work with text. So if we want it to do something, again, if you wanted to experiment with like any kind of text for this project, you could. But you'd kind of have to do it from Lightroom in Photoshop. So if you're not like super like, hey, let me get into Photoshop and mess around, um, I can't kind of show everything Photoshop does, but I want to show like maybe just this thing. And like hopefully if you're confused, email me or Google it or whatever. Okay, so I'm going to go to Lightroom and I had done, my daughter moved so quickly. Okay, so here it is. And then again, um, I put that one on it, just as a quick example. And I can do that again. Okay. So we're here in the develop module of um, Lightroom, sorry. And again, you could get to Photoshop from here. But again, before you work on them in Photoshop, it is good to kind of just do a couple quick adjustments. And I'll just hit auto so it's quicker. And that looks cool. Not much though. There we go. Add a little contrast. Add that clarity again. It's kind of cool. You see that? All right, so I made some adjustments here, and I can go to, let's see, not here. Where is it? Photo. Edit in, sorry. So from photo, I can go to edit in Photoshop, Control E. There's a little keyboard shortcut. And it's going to take me here. Okay. So now, again, anything I do in here, I save it and I can um, save it, close it, and then open it back up in Lightroom. Okay, so here I'm going to grab, this is my toolbar. I'm going to go all the way down till I see a large T. Okay, now there's like two ways to add text. I can click once and I can type daughter. All right, and then when I'm done, I can just hit this little check mark. All right, now if I want to move it, I can grab the move tool and I can just move it around where I want it to be. Okay, if it goes down here, it's like too dark. Okay, I can just, again, double click on the T and I can pick a color, white. Okay, again, if I want to change like the font that it is, the easiest way is just to double click the T and I can go here. I have all these fonts. I can move through. I'll pick one that I like. That one's nice. And then again, if I want to change like the size of it, oh, it only goes to 72. I can put in like whatever number I want up here. Maybe you probably don't want it that big though. And then just click out. And then it gets bigger. Okay. If I want to be like kind of like Dwayne Michaels-esque, where I'm like writing underneath it, I can add some canvas size to it. So I went to image, canvas size, and I'm going to make it, I'm going to add 2 inches off, 3 inches off. Yeah, 2. So this is like that. It's like 12. I'll make it 16. That's 18 by 22. All right, say I wanted to put some text here on the margin. Let me get rid of this. Again, I just close that. If you want to chuck a layer, this is my layers panel. I'm just going to click and drag it down to the garbage. So now I'm going to grab my type tool again. I know it's white and I want to write on the bottom. And I know it's huge, so I'll just make it like 12. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to click and drag, and I'm going to write, this is my daughter running away from me taking her picture. I think I just put a bunch of typos in there. So let's make that bigger. So what I did is, what I'm doing is like paragraph text. So it's like more than just a word. So like in Dwayne Michaels, he has like a lot of text. Okay. So this is how you would deal with, and I'm just kind of cleaning up my typos here. Okay. Pick. It's good if you can spell. That's like if you know how to spell, you're ahead of the game. Okay, so there we go. Just make that capital. Okay, so now I'm going to grab my move tool, and I can put that right here. Okay, and that's basically it, Do I like how that looks? No, but I'm just trying to give you an idea. Okay, so that's like my, mini Dwayne Michaels kind of thing. So again, I'm going to save it, Control S, wait for it to go through, close it. I'm going to go back to Blackboard. Now, there it is in Lightroom. Okay, so you can experiment with that if you want. Okay, I'm not saying you have to use text, but if you want.